first of all, you can do a lot in a short period of time if you apply the right approaches. You just need to learn how to, connect the dots all the way through a process, right? Because it's not just use cases. You can get, the problem with knowledge management is that people misapply their resources, and then they don't get the results they need, and then they lose support, right? So if you have the right methodologies and you apply them end to end, even for a very small pilot, you cannot fail, okay? The stuff I showed you there, that is, I remember I did this with a guy who was our architect who built multiple award-winning applications. And he's looked at it and he goes, that's gold. He goes, print that out and put it on your cubicle. That's gold, that's the way. You will not fail if you do it this way, but you have to do it this way, and you can't just check the box. I went into an organization, a professional services firm. We went in and we were asking them their methodologies. They metrics, check. Governance, check. Taxonomies, check. Ontologies, check. Validation, check. Metrics, check. Blah, blah, blah. Usability studies, check. Everything. They had everything. They still couldn't find stuff. Guess what? They were doing it wrong. When you dug beneath the surface, you found that validation consisted of sending a spreadsheet of terms out to a distribution list and then getting one of the managers sending it back with his version that they then implemented. That's not validation. When it comes to use cases, they had use cases like user must find information. Come on! So people can check the box. You're given a tool set. This is like a cabinet maker's workshop. And then you're putting someone in there who has never picked up, a hammer or done anything, and they're trying to make fine furniture. It always evolves, right? It goes out to the business, it comes back. It goes out to the business. I did a lot of research interviewing chief data officers. And chief data officers have this problem saying, our data is bad, nobody wants to take ownership. You can't make IT own the data. The business has to own the data, but business doesn't want to own the data. But then you have to explain that, look, this is core to what you have to do. This is the lifeblood of your organization. And here's the other thing that happened. This individual, and I have the case study, I can send it to you, Ursula Catone, she was Chief Data Officer for Citizens Bank, multi-year initiative. She went into the leadership team and said, by the way, I have good news and bad news. The good news is I can do this. The bad news is you don't get an ROI. What? They had to spend millions of dollars without a business case that tied directly to the initiative. She said, we cannot do it, I'm sorry. But this is going to enable all of these other initiatives because you can't do any of this stuff without this. It is foundational. Customer 360-degree view of the customer. They want to do that project. Well, they can't, everybody wants to take credit for all the ROI, right? When you get one project that's successful, it's like everybody piles on. But she said, I had a tough conversation. I said, you're not going to get the ROI. You're not going to get the ROI measure from this project alone. And that's what they had to understand, foundational. So the question was thousands of documents, multiple repositories, going to consider a migration. None of that context and those organizing principles apply. It's not thought out. What's the company to do? You have to spend money. You have to spend money. You have to put the energy and the time into designing those organizing principles, doing that analysis, building the content models, building the migration strategy, tuning the search. You have to do it. You have to do it, or you're going to end up with the old mess on a new platform. If it's a lift and load, it's not going to solve any problems.